because of the increase in occupancy. We were always running out, not having hot water.
And you told Mr. Howard about that?
Well, yes, I told him before that we didn't have hot water, but then I looked into why we didn't. I went into the laundry room where the washer and dryer are, and I saw 3 breaker boxes for the 3 apartments. I opened the one labeled for my unit. It had breakers that were labeled washer, dryer, building exterior lights, carport lights, and there were 4 hot water heaters, 3 off to the left. There was a 4th one off to the right that I feel was left there deceptively because it wasn't connected to anything. It was just sitting there. And that's when I contacted the property manager to let her know that it was my utilities that were supplying the washer and dryer.
Mr. Howard.
Do you mind if I clarify?
No, not at all.
So when she had reached out about the water heater not supplying enough hot water, I had just kind of assumed that it was not working right. It was an older water heater, and so I replaced it. I went and bought a brand new one. So that one that she's referencing was the old one. I didn't know if it was working fully or not, but I hadn't removed it yet, but I did set it off to the side.
Were you aware that her breaker was connected to all these other outside
Not at the time.
issues?
When I bought it, I mean, I do take responsibility for that. It's my building. I own it. I should have known. Once she brought it up to my attention, we tried rectifying the situation. I looked into a few different options, and I just couldn't find a real cost-effective way to do it. So what we ended up doing at the suggestion of my management company was giving her a credit back toward the rent for the extra electricity usage.
How much were your utility bills?
I was very honest. They asked me, what do you feel fair compensation is? And I said, I really don't know how to answer that because I have not lived in a 2-bedroom since 1999. How would I know what fair compensation is? And it also doesn't take into account the fact that I was inconvenienced having to bathe either in cold water, because that happened multiple times. My son literally would boil water and bring it in for me.
How long was that going on for?
The entire time, because I either literally had to choose not to bathe if people were in the laundry room doing laundry, or bathe in cold water.
Okay, so what was the agreement with the property managers to
We
remedy?
first agreed to $35 off my rent.
Each month?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was very clear that I would take that at that time, but I was still going to look into everything and see if I could, deduct how much really it was costing me.
Did you ever consider just paying for her utility bills?
Once I'd found that out, we'd fixed the heater, we gave her the credit back, and she had accepted it. I thought we were happy with that. That was the last that I had heard about that. I'm a commercial fisherman in the Bering Sea in Alaska. I'm out of communication most of the time. And I had instructed Alexis to just deal with the management company.
All right, Judge Juarez.
Okay, so you're obviously entitled to delegate your responsibilities to a management company, but you're stuck with what they do. You understand that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Ms. Luman, when was the $35 credit first proposed?
I believe it was around September or October.
Of 2020?
Correct.
Because I see some communications in 2022 saying this is not adequate.
Right, and that was via email. I had done that, but when the management company first took over, I, in person, multiple times said that I was not okay with the $35. I would take it because I wanted something to be done.
All right, I want to go to the security deposit. The security deposit was for a total of $2,000, and you returned $200 of that $2,000. What did you withhold the other $1,800 for?
I withheld the other $1,800 for drywall repair, for paint.
Am I correct that you have a video to show us?
I do, yeah. I have a couple videos there, yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and look at the defendant's video.
Some of the stuff is, there's like wires hanging from the ceiling. Like all of this, I mean, there's so many holes in here. Not a bad deal. All these drywall anchors and whatnot. This, it's all stuff that's got to be fixed. In here, stickers on the door. You have to replace some of this stuff. I don't even know what these are. We got freaking demonic Pokemon Nephilim hanging from the ceiling there. Yeah, I don't know if this is from their dog that they weren't supposed to have in here, but that's all gonna have to be fixed up. Definitely a few holes. This stuff here, like, I don't know how you could see in the video, but this is really chewed up. Things like this was not like this when she moved in.
Okay, do you have any before photographs of the property?
I do. They're on a phone that I dropped in the ocean, and so they weren't backed up on anything.